Hey guys, Danny here at PARTAY. So going to do a last demonstration view here, at least in the sequence. It's not like we'll never show it again, but Vega, as we get ready to prepare for our formal demonstration of Vega Plus. The projector being used here is 1600 lumen Xiaomi Mijia. I bought that back in 2018. Got it for right around at the time. I think it was right around 12 with tax and everything. I think it was around $1,400. And it has been a great projector through all this time. We've taken it on vacation numerous times. So it does a great job even at 1600 lumens. And we're going to be moving into some light displays here in just a second. Now I'm going to show two of these done on two different days. This one was done on Thursday, and the light that you're seeing hitting the left-hand side of the screen there is approximately about 120 lux. And then this morning, I took the time to actually do it again, right? While we actually had some sun. And I'll show you this piece. Now, what I'm showing there is meter max out. You can see it's meter max out, right? The reality is, and this is what the actual light looks like this morning. The reality is that was about 224 lux was about the high point in that corner. Most of it was around 180 lux or so, just in that bottom left quadrant. Now I've got the lights on in the room. Just to try to balance out the light across the screen, but the light coming from the window is going to be a lot higher. But you can see it doesn't cascade fully across the screen. You're getting that angle because we're in the angle of reflection there. But you can see that even with 224 lux, okay, so that's roughly close to 23-foot candles, you can still maintain with a lighter screen. Keep in mind, this is our second lightest screen. You can still maintain really good contrast with that kind of light hitting the screen. Once again, you're in the reflective angle. If you go back to the first, whenever this video first started, you can see in 120 lux, from dead on, straight on, you couldn't even make it out. You couldn't even make out that light was really hitting the screen so much. And that's, once again, we want to show you. I get accused a lot of times of not showing my screens in overly stressed out conditions. And, I'd rather do that. I'd rather put it in what you can expect. This is about being real. That's what you're going to see on this channel is real. You're not going to see anything overexposed. You're not going to see things staged. And yes, these screens will set better in different environments, and I will always highlight the type of environment that it's sitting in so that you can see. I'm not going to try to over exaggerate the brightness in a room, and I'm not going to try to under exaggerate it either. For example, in the quick little how to make a frog stutter, that was 280 lux coming across the top of that screen, but you didn't notice it, right? Because of the way that the PARTAY screens work. This is a much lighter screen. That was Sirius B, our blackest screen. This is much lighter. This is our second lightest screen. The only screen that we have that's lighter than this one is Daystar. And Daystar is really meant for dedicated environments with just a little bit of light, like if you have lamps and things like that on. But you can see the color representation and everything is absolutely beautiful. Okay, not like what you're going to get on a black screen, and I'll address that towards the end of this. I'm just going to show you something so that you can see the difference between what you're going to get from color accuracy and what you're not. And this is from 1600 lumens. Once again, remind you, only 1600 lumens on PARTAY product. And you can see there's no way to hide that light's hitting the screen, and the screen's still holding up very well. Now, the first thing to notice is there's no shears on my windows, no covering whatsoever, right? Shears actually play a big part in accommodating your screen because shears reflect light back out and then diffuse light inside so that it looks brighter than what it is, at least at the window areas. It's kind of a trick used by real estate agents and home designers right? To give the appearance of a lot more light in a room than what there is, because you don't want a ton of light in a room because it'll be unbearable. But we're going to do a video talking about how to accommodate your screen. It'll be coming up soon, and we're going to cover shears as a part of that, and why, you can use thinner shears. You could do like Ken Bird and go with thicker shears, and that will even help even more in accommodating and keeping light off your screen. So those are just all things to consider. But once again, you can see even with the light hitting that quadrant of the screen that the color is still represented very well. It's not just washing out the color. Now you're losing some contrast there, or not contrast, you're losing some black level there. But that's just because, you're illuminating that quadrant of the screen. And even still, it's not going completely washed out. All right, we'll get us a little commercial in there so you can kind of see standard TV flair and not just demonstration videos. But once again, you can see the color is represented there well. Still an easy watch in that kind of environment. Now we're going to switch, and this is nighttime. Okay, so I've got roughly about 160 lux across the wash of the top of the screen. It's about 120 towards the bottom. Okay, 120 to 100, well, 110 to 120 towards the bottom. And you can see, even in a contrast demonstration, that you still hold pretty good contrast in that kind of light. It's not the greatest. It's not super black by no means. But if you're in an environment where you're having to watch something with the lights on because you've got friends over, if you've got company over, or whatever the reason is, it's still an easy watch. And that's really what it boils down to. Now you have, the cinephile view, where you need to be in a very black environment, dark environment, try to black out everything around you to get the best and most optimal picture you can. And I understand that, all screens will always look better in the dark. But, it's really about, even at this level of lighting, can you watch it? And I'm not saying just, can you make yourself watch it? Can you watch it and actually enjoy the experience? And we believe that you can. We know that people do. So that's what we focus on, is getting things in a manner where you can still hold a level of perceived contrast. Okay, it's going to be perceived because it's basically based on the contrast around it. So you've got your high brights, your high colors, and then can the screen maintain enough of a black level to give you a sense of contrast that you need? And it does. And once again, second lightest screen that we have, yet it does that. And we're going to show you some off-angle views here in a second, just so that you can see what it looks like. And you can see that light is actually hitting the surface of that screen. Okay, not a joke, not some sort of trickery. You can see how much light is actually hitting that screen. But you don't notice that glare from the front. That's something that would be washed entirely across a Lambertian screen. And that's why, we're going to make Lambertians for Vega and Vega Plus. So there'll be Lambertian versions, but they're going to be made for ultra short throw only. And we'll explain more about that as we get to it. Now I'm going to show you a couple of snapshots here, a couple of collage pieces, just to show you the difference between how Vega represents the color and the image accuracy overall versus, what you can expect from a Lambertian cheap black mud paint. And I'm not going to go off on any tangents. Here's the thing, man. You're talking about a paint that's $300 to $500 that does not do what it shows in the video. Does not look anything like it does in the video when you get it home, unless you've got about an 8,000 lumen projector. So I'll leave you with some things to consider here. The top is Vega. The bottom is Black Widow. Top, Vega. Bottom, Black Widow. All done with 1600 lumens. On this one, the bottom's Vega and the top's Black Widow. So I'll leave you with some images in reverse. Now, this is not a completely dark room, but it's what I would consider a dark environment, most definitely. And here is Vega with contrast videos, because you've been told that gray screens cannot do well even in the dark, right? So we're not in complete dark, but we just want you to have an opportunity to see just how well Vega performs in a darker environment. And this is, once again, guys, with a 1600 lumen ultra short throw projector. All right, now folks, as a update for sample packs, the cart will be opening on Monday evening, probably early Monday evening, sometime around 7, 8 o'clock or so. And those will run, that cart will stay open until we either sell out or by around midnight Wednesday night, because we're going to process all those orders, ship them out on Thursday and Friday. So we just want to have them in advance. We're going to offer more this time. We should be somewhere between 30 to 40 sample packs, where last time it was 20. But last time they sold out really fast. So I'm not trying to spur anybody to buy. What I'm saying is that if the information that I'm getting from the people who are requesting sample packs is true, okay, if they really truly want them that bad, then my expectation is that they're probably going to go pretty quick. But just want to put that out there. So we will be shipping those Thursday and Friday of next week, and then we'll be back to regular sales. Now, I won't do sample packs again until probably this summer. I'm thinking it may even be after July, because I've got both my sons are getting married, one in June, one in July. There's a lot of stuff that we have to do up until that time. So just information for you. You guys take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye.